Megan, tell us about you've been on this for a long time through your network and friends and your communities. Tell us about the trans issue and your confusion over how the Democrats are approaching it.
Well, one of the things I was so excited about when President Trump got elected was his executive order about keeping biological men out of women's sports. It's a cornerstone issue. And by the way, we're just wearing this anyway. This is Jennifer Say, who is the professional athlete turned advocate who we've met through Independent Women's Forum. This is her clothing line, XXXY Athletics, which is like is a prop thing where you can buy the hats and it gives money towards the cause. It's for a lot of people like me, this has been like the third rail issue that kind of got you canceled from social circles. At least a lot of the women I work with at Independent Women's Forum, it's really important to me. Um, I, like so many other people, were radicalized by Leah Thomas, the trans swimmer who, if you look at the pictures online, beat all the biological women, including Riley Gaines, who's become just a force in this space. And I was really, really disappointed to see every single Democrat senator vote yesterday against it. I was actually really shocked to see every single Democrat. This is an 80-20 issue. 80% of the American public agrees with me. Now, people may be bullied into silence on it. People may not want to talk about it, but they're sure as hell going to vote in the voting booth on my side. I don't understand where someone like John Fetterman, who, Bill Maher last week said should be the nominee for the Democrat Party. I will never vote for anyone in any space who is on the other side of this issue. It is a hard line for me. Tonight at the president's speech, he is bringing Peyton McNabb, who is a 19-year-old volleyball player who I have met, who suffered a traumatic brain injury by being hit in the head by a biological male volleyball player that hit her so badly she had to be hospitalized and still suffers long-term damage. As she can tell her own story, but she has like dizzy spells, memory issues, sight issues. I had a long conversation with her when I saw her a few months ago about it. And among the things that is so jarring about her story is a lot of doctors and people didn't want to help her because of the politics of how she got injured. I have two young daughters. I'm a woman myself. I'm over it. I don't want to be put in a situation where women can have traumatic brain injuries and Democrats are going to say it's okay. I will die on this hill, and I'm disappointed. This is not about, and I have actually, of all things, right before I got on, my friend Andy Cohen's going after me on Twitter about this. I've been on his show like 40 times. We're friends. I wouldn't have taken this publicly about it, but this is what happens. If you come out on my side on this issue, you're just going to get the living hell beaten out of you socially and in all liberal and elite circles. But I don't care. I don't want women to feel unsafe in locker rooms. I don't want women to have traumatic brain injuries. And I don't want women to not be able to get the scholarships and all the things that they deserve by working so hard in athletics, and have it taken away from them. And I hate that this is like this. I hate that it's such a partisan issue. I don't understand how Democrats don't understand. I don't understand. Do you want your daughter to have a traumatic brain injury because she decides to play volleyball? You're okay with that? Why? Why are you okay with violence against women as long as it's a trans player doing it?
Dan, thank you, Megan. Dan.
Yeah. Uh
Answer it, Dan.
yeah, I mean, obviously I don't think they condone injuries. Look, I think this issue splits the Democratic Party. I mean, even looking at the comments around the vote yesterday, it was often not like on the issue. It was, oh, we don't think this is really still an issue in the country, or local jurisdictions are dealing with it, so we don't need federal legislation. Like, nobody is explicitly saying I am okay with men or, big boys playing girls sports, which is telling, to Megan's point, it's an 80-20 issue. Look, I think this causes Meghan and people on the right to bang their head against the wall the way people on the left do about gun control, right? It's like an 80-20 issue if you say, should we ban, military assault weapons, right? But it doesn't happen. I agree with you. I think for the Democratic Party to move forward, it's going to have to kind of, get off the pot here, that we can't keep trying to say like, oh, there's nothing to see here. And this goes to what I said to start the show on a lot of this. Democrats don't believe there are problems. That's the biggest issue for us. Deep down, we think this is a fake issue. We think the border is a fake issue. We think Doge is a fake issue. They're not. And it's one of the reasons we're in the minority.
Sean.
Rahm Emanuel went on
Sorry,
Bill
good.
Maher said he didn't want to hear anything about bathrooms from Democrats ever again. And he
Yep.
basically was signaling that, like, let this issue go. And I just don't do Democrats want to lose forever. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people, including famous people, by the way, who will reach out to me privately. They don't want to do what I do. They don't want to do what Sean and Mark and Dan does. I get it. You don't want to not be invited to the cool kids parties. You want to go to the Oscar parties. I get it. I don't give a shit. But I am saying they will vote the way I do. They will. They'll do it privately. So again, you want to make this a big issue, but I'm telling you, whatever Democrat runs next time, I will be out there again with Independence Women Forum, Riley Gaines. We get huge crowds, huge numbers, tons of moms, tons of women coming out, tons of dads too, by the way. I will beat this like a drum into the ground. If Democrats want to run on this issue, fine, it's your funeral.